Everybody, welcome back. Doing an unexpected video here. I was talking with an alliance mate the other day about some Blitz stuff, and this video might not be for everybody. It is for people who, maybe thought they'd be doing better in Blitz scores, but aren't, and maybe didn't know that there was a simple way to increase your score by, I don't want to say points because it depends on CP, but I'll say 10 to 20% ish, depending on what you're doing. So I'm going to walk through that. And again, most people might already know this. It's for those who don't know, because like I said, I had an alliance mate who was, hey, I did this thing. And, I actually was, struggling to get 43 now. And on this one, I'm going to clear 50 million points. I was like, hey, look at that. And I'm like, you know what? I should do a video in case other people aren't aware that there's a simple fix to do this. So anyway, we're going to jump into that. As always, Discord link in the description below. We're getting closer to that 10,000 subscriber mark. So we're going to do that giveaway. Comment below, helps with the algorithm anyway, but that's where we're going to be doing the polls for the giveaway, and like as well, because that also helps with the algorithm. So we love you, right? All right. So let's check this out.
Bring me WolverThor!
All right, so like I said, this is going to be pretty simple. Like for me, I am not a, I do set timers every so often. This one, I didn't get as high as I probably could have, but I don't think, I was what, 48 mil? I think my best would have been maybe 52 or 53 mil. So I maybe could have flirted with this, but I think I can even do a little bit better than what I've got. So the way I set up my teams are not necessarily like the best. The concept on this is simply make sure you do something similar to this, right? So my point here is that, I'm around 48.8. I use the charges on the front end of this Blitz. My CP is what, 13.7, so it's pretty solid. I could probably do better. I know some people in my alliance have their team structured slightly better than I do, and they do better than I do. I don't know if they were spending as much. Whereas we got a shout out to Javier. He's about the same as me. He's a little bit less, which is this guy, by the way. For anyone who's recruiting out there, don't just think if someone's got a low CP that you need to give up on them, or that they're not going to make it. This is a dedicated shout out to you, Javier, because he was a very small CP when we first took him on, and now he is one of the he's grinded in top 10ish in the alliance that we've got, and we're casual in a serious. Anyway, the video's not about that. Javier, great job. So anyway, that was a side token or side note there. So anyway, how we're doing this, the discussion. All right, so the way that I typically set up my teams, because they do not have save squads per game mode yet, they're supposed to come soon. I'm actually expecting them this patch, because the patch before last, they said they were going to be in, not the next patch, but the following patch, which is this one. So I'm hoping that we get the save squads per game mode. So prior to that, I was really just stubborn because I like my teams to be saved per what I'm using primarily in war or my main teams. I don't want to have to think about much and resort during that time. And so I didn't necessarily optimize my Blitz teams, and as you can see here, it's like, all right, Black Order, symbiotes, and I have the same thing where it's set up for, Avengers, things like that. I had my best teams, the teams that I would use normally. Well, that is not what you want to do in trying to increase your Blitz score. I will say Black Order's fine because it's just the way they sync together, but what you want to, the long and short of everything I'm going to say is split up teams that they've got sectors that can win with other trash tunes. So like symbiotes is a perfect example. They're not gonna bring you a bunch of stuff in Blitz, but there's probably a couple characters you could split up here, and this is just totally off the cuff here. What I'm planning on doing is, I think that symbiote Spider-Man and maybe Carnage could go on a team of trash and the other three on a team of trash. So you split this up and you take them down to a team these three at the moment, which will change to Infinity Watch, or maybe a team like this. So you take a team like this and you split this team up this trash team that would never win in any circumstance and put, you know, 2 symbiotes with, you know, maybe these 3 and the other 3 symbiotes with these 2. And then you might actually get a tier 8 win there, right? So that's the general gist of how you want to do this, is you take a team like symbiotes that, you know, are solid, like they'll crush basically any team out there for the most part. You know, maybe there are some rare exceptions, but if you split them up properly, you can then disperse them to crappier teams. So you can see what I did starting at the bottom here. All right, this is just waiting to build Infinity Watch, trash team. But then now I've got Ravagers and Hands Sorcerer with Doom. All right, that's a terrible team, but guess what? It wins in tier 8. Hand. Kestrel. Hand sucks. They always lose. But with Kestrel, guess what? I'd say they win 99% of the time. This team sucks. I was hoping that maybe Korath, a 7-red Korath and an Ultimus could give me something with a couple of Kree. They don't. They lose all the time. They suck. So that's a team that as soon as I get my Blitz save squads, dedicated Blitz save squads, and not, you know, I can separate out from war, I'll put somebody like, I don't even know. I mean, again, off the cuff here, but you know, maybe these guys actually struggle on their own, right? So I don't know about that. Sinister Six, maybe I put a Doc Ock on there and I put a solid Sinister Six team here. I don't know. Axemen, you know, they're pretty good. Maybe I'd take Jubilee and Bishop and put them on that team, and then put these 3 with another trash team, because, you know, Jubilee and Bishop are great, and these 3 are probably good enough. You know, and that's the way to do it. So I'll take some of those and drop them probably here, and then find another team. These guys aren't bad. Not great, but not bad. This team, again, take an Ultron, a character that can solo carry a team, and put them with just complete trash. You know, Ronin's actually not complete trash, and Vulture's not complete trash, but you get the idea. Here's another one, Silver Surfer. And there's not a lot of tunes like that. I mean, it's basically, it's Surfer, Ultron, Kestrel, and Doom at the moment. And then you're probably going to be looking at, you know, splitting up, you know, teams like Symbiotes. AIM, again, not great, but they'll get the wins here and there. I'd love to be able to split them up if I could. Pimtech, another not great one. Believe it or not, Wakandans are actually holding okay. I think it's ever since I got 7 reds on Black Panther. He's been better in carrying this. And it's been all right. But this would be a team I'd look at splitting up and putting someone else on. You know, Shadowlands, I don't know if you can really split that team up too much, honestly. Maybe take off Night Nurse and put her on another team now. Guardians are so bad. Maybe they get a rework. Brotherhood, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you might be able to mix and match that a little bit. Shield's terrible. This is a team that you actually sadly need to put somebody on. You'd think this would be enough. It's not. They don't carry it. This team, Zemo, you could basically put anywhere, but this is not. I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with keeping that. Captain Marvel's another character that you could maybe put on a solo team. She works well as brawlers to get some wins. Skilletary, I'd leave them together. So the Avenger team here, I've dropped Spider-Man and Vision on. I've got a 6 red Vision. And by the way, costumes. I bought my, you know, I've got a costume on Vision here. Look, this is the only time I've ever seen it. Is when I click on the roster screen like this. Yay, costumes. Anyway, sorry, I had to throw some shade out there. But yeah, so, you know, I've just thrown a couple tunes on there. Hydra, I don't know if I'd split that up too much. They don't actually win very much anyway. Could probably split up Fantastic Four. You get Invisible Woman, throw her out somewhere. You know, maybe the other 4 okay, but she'd be a character that could maybe... Hello, sweetie. Hi. Family drop in. Mercs, they're not great. But X-Men, maybe this is one you could split up a little bit. You know, Phoenix is definitely a character that could carry. You know, and you put another like low-level mutant, maybe Storm on this one, and maybe this team could win. You know, that might be okay. Power Armor's pretty bad. They've fallen off so much. And you know, the truth is even X-Force. I lose a bunch with X-Force, but I don't know if I'd want to split them up. You know what I mean? Because you've got so many other terrible tunes bound down there. Supernatural, another one that kind of loses from time to time. I don't know if I'd want to split up Inhumans because you want Yo-Yo and Black Bolt to carry the other 3 trash tunes anyway. These guys, you could totally split up, I think. I think that, you know, Dad Bros by themselves could carry a team, but I'm not sure that Mum and Polaris could, you know, do that. Namor is a throw-in, but there is capability with these two. You know, maybe you take these three, but if you're still just getting to 2 solid teams and you're, I don't know, you really want to take a situation where you've got like a symbiote or an Axeman and be able to split that team in 2, right? You've taken that 2, and so now it's like you've got 2 good teams instead of 1 good team. Whereas here, it's like, I don't know if I could split this team up and make 2 good teams. Asgard, they struggle. You might be able to split that up a little bit. I don't know. We already talked. Anyway, we talked about the rest of these guys a bit. So that's the concept. It's just taking a good tune or a few good tunes on a team. And instead of having 1 team, have 2 teams that you're pulling in characters like that are the bottom of your roster here that you would just never, ever win with. Like, there is no chance I'm winning with these guys anywhere in Blitz. But now that I've got them on this team, I can. So anyway, I mentioned this to an alliance mate, like I said, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put this out there. It might not apply to everybody, but if it helps a few people, might as well do it. So that's what the video is for. Hopefully you find it helpful. If you've made it this long and you already knew this, thanks for watching and helping the algorithm. I appreciate you. The Discord link is in the description below. Follow along for that 10K giveaway as we go towards 10,000 subscribers. Subscribe, comment, like. The comment is going to get you into the drawing once we get there. And yeah, hammer down that like button, click the notification bell. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.